What's up, fam? It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood, and we're back on IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor, in case you didn't know. That's ICYDK.blog. Make sure you check them out on all mobile devices in the world. Why? Where? Before we get started, please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss one video. Let's go. And we're going to start it off with your girl, Doja Cat. Doja. Paint the Town Red is officially #1 again for the second straight week, and now for a total of its third week in 2023. Of course, it is the first time that a rap song, a female rap song, has been #1 more than once, more than 1 week, since I believe WAP. I believe WAP was the last song, last rap song by a female that was multiple weeks #1. Now, Paint the Town Red also has reached 400 million streams on Spotify. It's now the fastest female rap song in history to achieve this, surpassing WAP by Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And actually, I correct myself. The multiple weeks at #1 is the first female rapper to do that since Bodak Yellow by Cardi B. So it was not WAP. So Doja Cat, congratulations goes out to Doja Cat. She continues to smash these Spotify records, and it just lets you know that people are streaming her songs. That's what people are doing nowadays. It's just streaming songs more than streaming albums. So shout out to Doja Cat as she is putting that foot down, stamping it down on that Princess of Rap title, and she ain't done. So we'll see what happens. We'll see where she ends up. Let me know down in the comments what you feel about Doja Cat being #1 for third week this year in 2023. Moving on to 50 Cent. Now, 50 Cent has come out and made a couple of comments about Diddy. As we all know, 50 Cent stays trolling Diddy. There's no love lost between the two. I'm going to go into, the beef behind Diddy and 50 Cent. I'm going to do that on our industry stories, probably, because there's a lot to that. Block to their history. But 50 Cent made a comment about Diddy as far as industry parties go. And he also posted this, and it went viral. He said, Brother Love lined up Tupac. You better lawyer up. Things might get sticky. So he posted this, and it went viral. And especially after this post, I cannot see Diddy not saying anything. I mean, after a while, whenever 50 Cent says something, most of the time he lets it slide. But something like this, that's starting to pick up traction, and people are saying, oh, if 50 Cent said it, there must be some truth to it. 50 Cent was not there. He's just simply trolling, and he's seeing what I think he's responding to what he's seeing online. He probably meant to put a question mark there, say, oh, Pac got lined up by Brother Love with a question mark. But not putting a question mark there comes off as a statement. So everyone is talking about 50 Cent making that comment. But Greg Kading, who is one of the main cops that was on the Biggie and Tupac death, he was asked in a recent interview with Cam Capone what he felt about the possibilities of Diddy being arrested or charged with conspiracy to murder. And this is what Officer Greg Kading had to say.
His and co-conspirators were dead. Keefe D's a convicted drug dealer, a known gang member. He's perjured himself before, so his own credibility will be in question. And now you're taking his information, and he has immunity in regard to his own confession. And so now we can only go after co-conspirators, all of whom die with the exception of Puffy. Puffy now is, an iconic music figure with hundreds of millions of dollars, and you're not going to have a very practical likelihood of prosecuting him based solely on the testimony of a known drug gang member, convicted drug dealer, ex-convict, and who has changed his story several times. So the prosecution in Las Vegas realizes that this is, most likely never going to result in a conviction. Just don't have the credibility in the witness to bring this forward, and that's the problem with it.
And that was Officer Greg Kading. Shout out to Cam Capone News for that. So basically, he's saying that as much as I see a lot of people saying, oh, Diddy's going down, Diddy, you're next, and Diddy needs a lawyer up, Greg Kading does not even believe that they have the evidence to even try and prosecute him. We'll see as these court proceedings, start to wind down, and if Diddy's name comes up enough, we will see if they have enough. Just Keefe D has named him, yes. If they bring in Gene Deal, Gene Deal's going to tell them that he heard Puffy say, I don't care if Big got to die. I don't care if Pac got to die. I don't care if Suge got to go to jail. I'm tired of living my life looking over my shoulders. That's what Gene Deal said, that Puffy said. Now, will two people's word be enough for them to question Puffy? They may question him, but if they can't find any source of evidence in order to, indict him, then you won't see him indicted. And once again, indictment does not mean arrest, does not mean charge. So we'll see. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard sell because you're talking 27 years, and unless it is something, major, unless they have major evidence, they cannot force a bank to reveal records past 5 years, I believe. So we'll see what happens. But it's looking like Diddy is pretty much untouchable in this situation, at least so far. Moving on to Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap, and she posted this on her Instagram, MAFB. A lot of people were speculating what that means. Someone said it meant my album pushed back. My album is being pushed back. MAPB. My album pushed back. But she is yet to reveal what exactly that means. So, what do you think that means? MAPB, that Nicki Minaj posted on her Instagram. I'm sure she will let people know exactly what that means. And speaking of Nicki Minaj, we're going to close it out with Drake. Now, people were sitting around, they were trying to wait and see if Nicki Minaj responds to any of this stuff with Drake, respond to the album, her song being taken off the album. So far, she has not said anything. We'll see if she has any response to that, because her fans are going to be saying, oh, why did Drake take you off the album and what have you. And speaking of Drake, it seems as though has Drake finally hit the point where he's going to start descending downward? Because the majority of the people I've heard, if they didn't make a comment before Joe Budden's comment, they are now commenting saying they agree with Joe Budden. I've never seen so many people agree with Joe Budden and against Drake. His album right now is predicted to do about 400 to 450. That is very low for Drake. I had it predicted to do between 600 and 700. But now, since a lot of people who before the Joe Budden comment, they like 20% of people I've seen in the world on these polls said they had not listened to the album yet. But now that Joe Budden, who was a very prominent voice in the hip hop culture, now that he's come out and said that he feels as though Drake didn't grow with this album, a lot of people are just gonna not listen to it and say, "Oh yeah, nah, that album sucks," or this, that, and the other. When Joe had come out and basically said he didn't say that the album was terrible or the album was bad, he just felt as though Drake wasn't showing any growth, and he needs to stop rhyming with young kids and get from around young kids, what have you. So Drake responded back to Joe Budden, and he's still responding to Joe Budden, and it's really just showing that whatever Joe Budden said really hit home when it comes to Drake. When it's Joe Budden or Charlamagne, I don't know what it is about those two, but they seem to just drive him nuts. You know, he doesn't care about anybody else. But if Joe Budden and Charlamagne says something, he always seems to respond. So y'all let me know, is Drake finally hit the plateau? Has he finally plateaued? And now you're going to start seeing him get less and less popular? Or do you think he can bounce back with his next album? Let me know down in the comments. Do you think this Drake has finally hit the end of the road and he's going to start descending? Or do you think this is just a speed bump and he's going to come back and his next album will be back to the old Drake numbers? Let me know down in the comments what you think. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network. We'll catch you on the next one.